Right guys, welcome back to the series. If you haven't seen the previous video, which if you haven't, please go check it out. So you know what my thoughts are, and I think it's also quite good as well. I put a lot of time and effort into it. I go deep into the original trilogy and give my thoughts on the trilogy and why it kinda sucks. But I rewatched the trilogy because of the new film that just dropped titled Fear Street Prom Queen. So now rewatching them, I now have all the lore and updated on everything in the universe and in the small town of Shadyside. So I think it's finally time that we talk about Prom Queen. So guys, that was the teaser trailer or announcement or whatever it was for Ominous. And yeah, some big news actually. I'm just gonna share quickly, and I probably will do a little short video on this, but I'll just get this out now. I am currently rewriting the entire thing. I was kind of unhappy with how it was going and everything, and I wanted to just get it as good as possible for everyone and mainly myself. So I am currently rewriting it. We're still going ahead with the scheduling of the filming that is set to take place in 2 to 3 weeks. So we still will have the filming schedule all done and dusted. I should have the script done by then. I'm writing day in and day out. So yeah, more of this on the way. But like I said, currently right now we are rewriting the script and hopefully more announcements soon. So I was surprised by this film. Truly, I had a good time with this. From everything I've seen, I thought this was going to be terrible, but it's just kind of a normal 80s slasher. It's nothing amazing and it's not perfect, but I had a good time with this. But more on that later. But this film did creep up on me as well. I didn't even know it was releasing until a week or two before. I seen it on the upcoming list on Netflix. I totally forgot Fear Street was even a thing, to be honest. That's why I had to rewatch the trilogy before this, and well, it turns out I never really had to rewatch the trilogy. Yeah, I kind of wasted my time rewatching the whole trilogy that came to 5.5 hours. I'm such a clown. Holy shit. I can't believe I went through all that shit for nothing, basically. Prom Queen is set inside Shadyside still, but they mention the case like once and we get a flash of the previous kills. The film was set in 1988, 6 years before 1994, so the story hasn't even kicked off yet. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of lore in this film. The curse is still affecting Shadyside, but they just don't mention nothing. So I'm kind of annoyed about that. The film is taken from the book of the same name and written once again by R.L. Stein, who, like I mentioned in the first video, you probably know as the person who wrote all the Goosebumps books. Now I'm going to give you a quick little rundown on the film and then we'll jump into the positives and negatives. Fear Street Prom Queen takes place in 1988 and school is officially over. And it's now prom for the teens of Shadyside. But there is a current election for who is going to win Prom Queen. But something sinister starts happening to the candidates for the prom. Now all the girls have to survive the prom and unmask the killer. So that's all the rundown you need. Now my opinions. Spoiler warning, guys. I'm gonna get into basically everything that the film has. So here is your spoiler warning. So, like I previously said, Prom Queen really surprised me. It currently isn't doing well with critics and fans of the previous trilogy, and fans of the books as well, I would assume. Currently has a 1.7 on Letterboxd and a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is quite harsh. Like I said, it's not perfect, and it's kind of just like every other 80s slasher. I'm happy it stuck with that, because it's authentic to the period it's set in. Silly little 80s slashes, and I think it done well with what it is trying to take the blueprint of. I actually also liked and enjoyed all the characters in this one. Once again, not perfect, but at least I didn't want them to die. I really enjoyed our two main leads in this. Also, the main mean girl was okay, bit over the top at some points, but enjoyable nonetheless. A complete waste of Ariana Greenblatt, which is a massive shame. She's been good in pretty much everything I've seen her in, so it was sad that she was just the first to bite it. Hope to see more of her in horror films down the line. It was also great to see Chris Klein in this as well. I haven't really seen him in anything else other than the American Pie series as Oz. I also like the way it looks. Its cinematography isn't groundbreaking. There are nice shots here and there. But what I mean by that is it kind of looks like an 80s film. Kind of has that fuzzy, grainy look to it. That the only other thing I can say it looks like is Maxine. So I really like the way it looked. Thought it had more of an authentic look to it than the original trilogy had. The film also has decent kills, and a great one that shook me at the very end of the film that takes place in a house and someone falls on something. It's an amazing kill. Up there with the bread slicer for me. I really like the design of the killer in this as well. The mask is cool, and I really like the red raincoat as well. Very vibrant and different. There are some decent chase sequences throughout the school, and there's a really cool moment in the bathroom when one of the candidates is about to get away from the killer. She is stopped by another killer, and that reveal is really cool. Also, the runtime is so much better. Dot on 90 minutes, perfect runtime for a slasher film, and it's not overlong and boring like some other films I know. Now, the negatives, or some things I wasn't too keen on. I thought the motive for the killer wasn't the best. Like, it's taken inspiration from other 80s slashers, I think. I swear I've seen the motive before in another film, but I just can't remember. Okay, guys, I found what the motive was from, and it's from Scooby Doo Stage Fright. Like an amazing film. I absolutely love this Scooby Doo film, but it's the same fucking motive. I swear to God, it's the same thing. If you go watch Prom Queen and then go watch this, it's the same. So yeah, I did eventually find it in the end, but yeah, fucking crazy. There's also some backstory with the killers and the final girl's mom, which would have been a better overall motive. There is also this very cheesy and funny scene involving our final girl and main mean girl, where they both have a dance off, and it's super cheesy at first, and then the mean girl just completely loses all rhythm in her body, and I have no clue what the fuck she starts doing, but it's absolutely hilarious. But there is one weird scene that comes out of nowhere, and it kind of does make me uncomfortable. With all the prom queen candidates, except our final girl, coming onto the stage in these revealing bodysuits, like, I don't know, I just found it weird. I did say some of the kills were decent, but I would have loved some practical instead of it all being CG. But that's just a minor nitpick. The film, like I said, it's just kind of normal and generic. Doesn't do anything different than any other slasher. And for a Fear Street film, it doesn't do anything special, and it has nothing going on, and nothing that makes it stand out. It basically just takes the blueprint of other 80s slashers and just threw the title Fear Street along with it. I would say honestly, my biggest complaint about the film is that it just didn't need to be a Fear Street film. Now, let me explain. So, it of course takes place in Shadyside, and there are references to Sunnyvale as well, I think. Like I had also said as well, the film has a 5 second flash of previous kills, and the cast takes place before 1994. But, like, there really isn't any reason this needs to be a Fear Street film. Yes, it's based on the book of the same name, from the same series, but the cast doesn't even strike here for the prom queens, and the killers aren't undead from the other past cases. They're normal people. I just find it kind of bizarre that they went down this route for the film. I haven't read the books of any Fear Street film, so I don't know how they are, but for me, it didn't work. I kind of wish this was its own thing and maybe it would have done better and not had the pressure to succeed like the previous films did with the critics and audiences alike. But that's my main complaint with the film. So, to answer the question of the title of this film, no, it's not that bad. For me, anyway. You have your own opinions and say what you want, but I honestly don't think it's that bad. I am happy with what we got, and honestly, I'd rather watch this over the original trilogy. All day, every day. So, overall, once again, I'm yet to be wowed by Fear Street series, but I did enjoy this one the most out of all the films we've had in the series thus far. I would say go watch this, but if you end up hating it, then don't come for me. I guess we'll see if we get another one of these films or not. Time will tell, and I'll of course update these videos if we do. Anyway, I'm done talking about Fear Street, so I'm going to cap it off there. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed these videos, please leave me any feedback in the comments and stick around for Ominous as well. I can't wait to share that with you. We're so close to shooting and so close to the end. So, good night, guys, and remember, Jesus loves you.